Hello everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be taking advantage of all of this amazing, delicious, super fresh produce, and we are going to make some lemon balm. So new herb lemon balm bruschetta. So let's just do it. This is a fantastic recipe for using everything in your garden, just for that ultimate freshness, the ultimate summertime freshness. First thing we're gonna do, so I have a loaf. You can get an Italian loaf, sourdough, French loaf, whatever you want. Mine is hard. I'm learning how to make, I made a homemade natural yeast starter, and I'm learning how to make my own sourdough. This is from a sprouted wheat. So it is very dense, but it's tasty. So if you want to cut your bread on the diagonal, and that gives you just the most surface area possible. Let's try this knife. So let's see, I'm gonna make some pretty thin slices here of my bread, and I'm just gonna start off with this because I'm gonna get it toasted while we are blending everything else together. So up to you what kind of bread you use, but you want like a thicker, like baguette, Italian loaf type bread. So I'm going to just put it on my little pan here. This is gonna go in my toaster oven. And we're not gonna like crisp it up too much, just that nice little crunch. Think about when you're like digging into a piece of bread with lots of yumminess on top. A little soft in the middle, a little crunchy on top. One more loaf. Now, the benefit of using sprouted wheat like I'm using, or sourdough, is that it helps to make the bread more digestible. So it breaks down the phytic acid and the outer layer, essentially, of the seeds or of the wheat. And it helps it be more digestible. So here's our bread. I'm gonna go put this in the toaster for a couple minutes while we get to the aromatics over here. So in my recipe, which you can find below in the description, I have there were lots of fruit flies on this tomato, so I'm just gonna cut the outer layer off. I just pulled the tomatoes from my garden, those that were ready. You're gonna slice the tomato in pretty thin slices. Now think this is gonna be a topping for the bread, right? So you don't want huge chunks of tomato. We want it small. We want all of the ingredients, all of these pieces to fit in our mouth. All right, so you can use as much tomato as you want. I think in the recipe I said like 3 medium-sized tomatoes, maybe about 2 cups. So I'm just gonna slice these babies up. We're kind of doing, we're doing a little, what's the right word? We were at the beach for a week, so we're doing a little like repair in our garden, just kind of getting everything kind of cleaned back up again. Lots of overgrowth and weeds while we were gone, and so we're just getting everything today back into ship shape. So a lot of these tomatoes, some are not super quite like perfectly juicy, but these others that I'm cutting right now are just falling apart. So I really want to use them. It's really hard for me to see a tomato go to waste. And you know what? If it has a section that's been eaten, like, I just cut this part off, but like this guy, I just chop it off. If the rest looks fine, then like I said, I'm not wasting any of that tomato. So this is a really light, perfect. We had some shrimp chowder last night, and I was like, I just need something fresh to go along with the shrimp chowder. So I made this. Super perfect. Nice and refreshing. And the tomatoes, oh so good for you. This one's looking a little rugged. So I'll just put that part aside. And it's nice too if you have like the heirloom tomatoes and then you have a couple of the cherry tomatoes that are the orange ones. We're just blending all of these in, super rough chop. They're gonna be all mixed together anyway. Alrighty, so last couple. Now I'm not gonna make a huge batch like the recipe. I'm just gonna make enough for my lunch right now. And this one does not look, these tomatoes are struggling. Hopefully I'll have enough for my lunch. Maybe I'll get a little more of that one. We have about a quadrillion green tomatoes out there just ready to bust. All right, so I've got some tomatoes in here, not too much, but again, this is just my lunch. You can find, if you need exact measurements, in the recipe, like I said. So then we have, this is a lemon balm focused, look at that, delicious. Bruschetta. So I have basil and lemon balm. Now, I just want to show you, this is a little bit past the point of harvesting for basil. You want to pick the basil when the flowers, pick the tops off when the flowers are just starting to form. That way, all the energy goes into the leaves and it'll keep bushing and producing more basil leaves for you. Same with the lemon balm. But like I said, I've been gone for a week, so I kind of missed this little window, but that's okay. I'm going to use it anyway. So if you see these really cute little flowers, you want to harvest the lemon balm before, like right before it goes to flower. Again, we want to keep all of that good, all of the energy and the focus in the leaves. Once it goes to flower and then goes to seed, the plant is like kaput. Well, for our delicious culinary purposes. So I'm going to take some lemon balm leaves, and this is one of my most favorite things to do. So take a handful of leaves, and then I roll them up, just like that. Cute little roll. And then, can you see this? You can just chop. And it makes little ribbons, and they are so bright and flavorful and lemony. Lemon balm is in the mint family, so it is highly aromatic. It is known as the gladdening herb, so it is mood boosting. It soothes nervous tension. Like, it is literally just the ultimate herb. It's been used for thousands and thousands and thousands of years in like long life elixirs, super antiviral. Okay, then you can do half or even more if you would like basil. Play with your lemon balm to basil ratio. Lemon balm is going to be a little bit chewier. Again, roll it up and then just going to cut it in super thin ribbons. And then I can just chop those ribbons up. I really like the chiffonade, is that what that's called? I don't know, maybe. Need to brush up on my culinary terms. All right, so then I've got some basil in there, and I just want this to be, my tummy's been hurting a little bit today, so the basil and the lemon balm and all the aromatics, the essential oils in those plants are gonna really help to soothe the bloating and soothe my belly. All right, so I'm just gonna show you where that is right about now. Okay, I've got my garlic for when the bread is ready, and now let's do a couple tablespoons unfiltered or just the highest quality extra virgin olive oil you can find. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons for what I have in here. Now, extra virgin olive oil is one of the most infiltrated industries, I will say. A lot of it is not olive oil, it's not pure. We like the Kirkland, oh, there we go, the Kirkland brand that you can get at Costco. And I've read on multiple sites that it is a pure brand. All right, so then I added some red wine vinegar. I actually prefer balsamic, but I just realized I don't have any balsamic. So this is what we're gonna go with the flow. And I'm gonna stir this up, just get everything all nice and melded and married together. So we're gonna go with the flow, and I'm gonna use red wine vinegar. Okay, then a little bit of salt, couple turns of salt, freshly cracked black pepper makes a huge difference. Just gives a little perk. Okay, this I did not put in the recipe, but I always like, and it depends on the sweetness of your tomatoes, but if you want to add a little bit of sugar, just the saltiness and the sweetness, it really helps to brighten it up. Now, I do not use unrefined sugars. You could do a little bit of maple. You could even do a little bit of honey. But I like organic the succanut, which is whole cane sugar. So it's the dehydrated cane sugar. Okay, so let me blend this up a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Summer smell right there. All right, I'm gonna go get my toast. I'll be right back. Now, this is one of my absolute most favorite things to do when I have toast. It's getting nice and crunchy. Let me pull this over. All right, garlic clove. Just gonna cut the end off. Gonna smash it a little bit. Easy way to peel, but I don't want it smashed to smithereens. I need some structure left because of this most delicious, easiest way to make garlic bread that will totally stink your hands up, but it is worth it. Take a piece of bread, and I'm just rubbing the garlic over the top of the bread, just like that. Oh my gosh. And the warmth of the toast helps the juices from the garlic, that flavor release, and it is just divine. Oh man, I'm struggling with my ingredients today. This piece of garlic it's like rotting or something, but that's all right. I got the good part. So as you scrape the garlic, as you rub the garlic over the toast, you'll see it'll start to turn. It'll look a little bit wet, or like you put oil or something on top. And that is it, you guys, that's it. Lemon Balm Bruschetta for the most summery, uplifting, delicious meal. Now, the longer you leave these to meld, to marry, the better the flavor's gonna be. But I'm so hungry. Oh my goodness. Summertime in a bite. And what I love about this too, that is so good. You can skip the garlic on the toast if you want. It is super strong, but it really kind of pulls all the flavors together, grounds them down, and with the garlic and the lemon balm, your immune system is getting a huge boost. Slightly sweet, super bright. This is an excellent summertime grill out appetizer or addition to like some grilled chicken or something like that. So lemon balm, antiviral, the gladdening herb, boost your mood. It's very relaxing to your nervous system. It's a nervine, very soothing. It helps with focus, eases anxiety, and perfect in summertime dishes. Have fun, play, enjoy, and what a beautiful experience eating your medicine. Getting our medicine into our food in the kitchen literally doesn't get any better. Have fun.